Hey guys, I've been deciding to do a Let's Play of The Sims 3 seasons and The Sims 3 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. Recently I really have wanted to do that. I've seen so many tutorials on YouTube and I thought that it'd be kind of fun to do, honestly, and I got some new recording software. And it looks really fun to do, and I haven't made a video in a long time, and I thought, okay, that's a good idea, just make a Let's Play. You love The Sims, and that's something you can talk about. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to probably do that, and probably today I might upload that. I'm not sure yet, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I just got home from school. I look like crap, obviously, because that's what happens when you go to school. I got a new necklace from Cade. My boyfriend moved in from this year. And a ring, obviously, but that's the, it's onyx. It's really pretty, I think. But yeah. There's not much else going on. Just been kind of bored. Actually, there has been something going on. I gotta fix those really quick. But no, I know this is very random, but this is actually bullshit. I was at school with Kate, and we had a lunch today together, and because we usually have, there's 2 lunches, at Columbia River, and I have second lunch. He has first lunch, and I had my first lunch, or his first lunch. He didn't get that today because he had to do a test thing because he's Native American, and he had to, judge if he can, speak English, and he obviously can. But that's beside the point. I went to the library bathroom with Cade to eat lunch. We were just eating lunch, just talking about random stuff, totally just having a good time. The principal comes up. He's like, aren't you supposed to be in German to Cade? And, Cade explains. He's like, yeah, oh, well, I'm not in German right now because I have second lunch right now, just because I have the ELL test, which is what the test is called. He's like, nah, I think you're supposed to be in German. I'm like, okay, this guy's, obviously doesn't understand. Cade was like, well, I have to do he's like, nah, I think you're supposed to be in German. And so, this guy's a total douchebag. He looks at my bag on the ground, because Cade doesn't have his bag, because his bag is with the ELL stuff in the, ELL room in the gallery at the front of the school. And he's like, grab your stuff. He points at my bag, and my bag's girly as hell, and obviously mine. And I'm like, that's my bag, sir. And he's like, it's not sir, it's Mr. Odopal. I was like, okay. Sorry about that, sir. When you try to respect someone and say sir instead of their name, I thought it wouldn't be that bad. I guess I might have said it a little sarcastically or something. I really don't think I actually did, but I guess I might have. But so I was like, okay, sure. So he's like, well, I think we need to go talk somewhere. So what he does is he's like, come on, you want to come with me, Cade? And he makes Cade go with him. He's like, you can come too. So of course I'm obviously gonna go with Cade. We go, around the school, and he's talking on his little walkie-talkie. He's like, yeah, meet me at the hydration station, and, yeah, we're gonna need some security guards. I'm like, okay, well, okay, that's great. You're gonna need some security guards, okay. We get there, me and Kane weren't expecting anything to happen, obviously, because I was like, what can you do? We were just eating lunch together, and I left my lunch there because he didn't give me, he didn't, say I could bring it, so I decided not to. I didn't want to, pose a threat or problem or anything, so I didn't do that. And I left it there, and we get there, and there's, one security guard, Joe, there. He's a really nice guy. The vice principal, a cop, the standard sheriff, cop, deputy person that stays at the school every day, and another female security guard. And I'm like, you didn't catch us with weed or anything. It's not yeah. He said, okay, here's the deal. You're supposed to be in the ELL testing. And then Cade's like, well, no, I'm not. This is my lunch. I have a 30-minute break for lunch, and I have the break to do what I want with it. And Odepal's like, you're getting smart. Cade's like, no, I'm not. I could see Cade was obviously in trouble. And the security guards and the vice principal hadn't said anything yet. So I was like, okay, they're probably not going to do anything. I was like, Mr. Odepal, can we maybe go see Miss Thompson, who was the ELL test manager in the gallery where Cade's stuff was left? So maybe that would be some proof. And we're going to ask Miss Thompson if he was really in there and show Odepal. We go over there and Miss Thompson's like, of course, he's just on his lunch right now. It's all. And, she's like, here's his stuff. He's almost done with his test, but, it's just he's had his break because he's been in here for 3 periods now. So, that's appropriate and that's fine. She was very nice, and then Odepal said that's not fine. He's been with her through the lunch, and Thompson was like, well, is that a big problem? I mean, they're dating, and, all the other kids went out with their friends, and their, boyfriend or girlfriend. He's like, well, it's not right. He couldn't come up with a good reason as to why it wasn't right, I guess, to him, and I don't know. So Thompson's like, well, I don't really see a problem with him being with her. No offense, Mr. Odepal. I mean, just, she was very courteous, but you could obviously tell that she thought that it was ridiculous. And Joe, the security guard, was looking at Odepal like, there's no reason really to get that offensive. Obviously, this guy had been fucking, I don't know what, something happened before us, but, we didn't do anything wrong. We were just sitting there eating our lunch and just literally just talking. So I was like, okay, well, that's great. Thompson's like, well, he didn't do anything wrong. He's at lunch, and honestly, I don't think you need to punish him for this. But he's like, okay, that's we're good here. He doesn't, say anything to the extent of her, what she had just said, so we had to leave to the front of the school again, or the office, and I was like, at this point, this is getting a little ridiculous, considering, one, I had left my backpack there with, things that I don't want to necessarily leave. I was thinking, okay, well, I said, I need to go get my backpack. He's like, no, you can wait. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. We go in the office, and the security guard, Brenda, the chick, she's a little, she takes her job too seriously. So does Odepal. He's like, you're a high school principal. You're not, you don't work in Vietnam. Okay, the whole, it's sad that he thinks that he needs to treat people like that. So I was like, okay, whatever. And Brenda's like, well, the next time this happens, we're gonna have to call your mom and dad. And then Odepal's like, yeah, you'll most likely get suspended also. I was like, honestly, at this point, I was just thinking, why would you even say that? You are going to suspend us because we were eating lunch together at our lunch together. He literally just took us away. I was like, okay, that's okay. And I said, at that point, I was like, that's fine, but if you do that, my parents will obviously have a problem with that, considering that this is nothing, and the look that Odepal gave me was ridiculous. He's just it's obviously, oh my god, such a big deal. And Joe was like, well, Miss Thompson said that there wasn't a problem, and that Cade's fine with being out here. Obviously, this is his break, his lunch, he's just spending it with his girl. Joe's a really cool guy. And Odepal said, well, next time this happens, you're suspended. So there was 20 minutes left of the lunch, and he made Cade go back to the ELL room against his own will. Cade had no say in it. Me, he made go the other way. He's like, you go this way, and then you go that way. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go back to Cade. And he's like, if you do that, young lady, you'll get expelled. And I was like, swear to God, he said you're going to get expelled. I was like, that's interesting, because I do not think that is a possible, that's not possible, because if you do that, then, honestly, you most likely would get sued by my parents, and besides, my father would give you something that you would never want. It's just, it was ridiculous. I was like, okay, so I'm going to get expelled for eating lunch with my boyfriend. No, I would perfectly understand it if he was skipping lunch, which we haven't skipped lunch. I meant skipped his 4th period in German. Thing is that he's never done that before, and it was just a one-time thing where he had a lunch with me, my lunch, or if I had a lunch with him in first lunch. So I had second lunch with him, and yeah, and that happened, and I was like, this is really gonna be nice. So, I go the other way and grab my backpack, and I go into the room with my friends because I had left my friends. So, I just wanted to spend some time with Kate alone, but I wasn't alone. We were in a hallway together with people around. I was eating lunch. It was just like in our own spot, though, but it was out in the open. It wasn't like concealed or hiding or like trying to do things at all. We were just sitting there and literally just talking and eating our lunch. And I go to the room, and I'm like, you will not believe what just happened. And they're like, what? Well, I almost got suspended and threatened to be expelled because I was eating lunch with Cade. And then my friend Evan's like, that's bullshit. That cannot happen. You could you could sue someone for that. Not sue, but if you get expelled for eating lunch, that is ridiculous. And I know Thompson would most certainly be on our side because she was actually getting slightly irritated herself, you could tell. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous that he thinks that he's right. And, the vice principal, the female vice principal, she didn't say anything the entire time. She's like, she was nice, and Joe was really cool, but I guess they're going to be watching us now. I mean, I don't understand the faculty nowadays, how it went from, okay, I would rather have it where it was back in the 60s and 50s where they were strict as hell, and, you couldn't do anything, because that's just one thing. You're just all over, all out. You can't do this, you can't do that. And it's just, it's not wishy-washy. Here, it's like, oh yeah, you can do this, but you can't do that. Or you can do this, but you can't apparently eat lunch with your boyfriend when you have the same lunch. Because I will admit that Kate has gone out during lunches before. Or not lunches, but, fourth period when he has German to, see me. But, he's just for 5 minutes. It's not gonna, it's like a bathroom break. But it's not where he, it's that, I mean, go ahead, expel me, have fun with that, because you won't obviously expel me. I mean, it's so ridiculous that the people in this county, this school district, not county, act that way. I was like, this is not going to happen. You're not going to do that. It's like, okay. And I was just like sitting there with my boyfriend eating lunch, and this comes along. And this guy is a jackass. I tell my mom, she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Excuse my language, but exactly her words. And I was like, swear on my grave, swear to God, that's what happened. And I was like, okay. And Thompson was like, well, he's allowed to be out right now, but okay. So yeah, and then 20 minutes left of the thing. You go this way, you go that way, and, the whole, I'm gonna stay with Kate. No, you're not, young lady, or you'll be expelled. Sir, I'm sorry, but that won't work for you, because your career would be on the line if you expelled me for eating lunch with my boyfriend. Yeah, that wouldn't work for you. That just pissed me off so much today, the thought that I could get expelled, apparently. I don't know where it's in the Vancouver School District handbook that you can get expelled for eating lunch with one of your boyfriend or girlfriends or your partner or your friend or anybody in general. But you know what, guys? Apparently it's a rule now in the handbook that if you're at lunch and you're eating lunch with your boyfriend or girlfriend or anybody, friend, I guess you can get expelled for it. So I would just watch out for that. Yeah. I guess that's enough for today. I mean, that was something that's going on in my day, but I was really pissed off, and I still am. I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, is that really, like, possible? Because, like, I would love for that to happen. Like, you write a report. Yes, this girl was eating lunch with her boyfriend. This boy was eating lunch with his girlfriend. Yeah, that's gonna really go over well. Anyway, done with that. That was really long. God, I'm sorry. But the Sims 3 Let's Play for the seasons, and I got 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff, and I will be doing that because I want to do it. One thing, though, that I did quite a while ago was Generations, and I like it a lot, but it doesn't have as much as you would expect in it. Me, personally, I didn't think there was that much in it. you know, obviously the stupid ass like manual thing. They like in The Sims 2 they came out with these big like books with each thing, and now it's a whopping 4 pages of bullshit, and it's just stupid as hell. And in this, there's the Sims Medieval, like, you know, ad, and the whole like iPhone thing where you can like get it on your iPhone, which I have. Sims 3 store ad. And just all the expansion packs, like complete your collection and then do it on Facebook and stuff. But it's stupid. Like, you know, you pay $40, like, what was this? It's like 35, 40, I forgot how much it was. I don't have the receipt anymore. But it was just one disc, and it doesn't explain anything in the manual anymore. It just explains how to install it, and it doesn't show anything. But, sorry, I'm kind of getting, like, pissed off at this. Sorry. Getting over a cold, but yeah. So in The Sims 3, my house has recently caught on fire. I'm actually in a rental house at the moment. We're about to move back in because it's been like remodeled and everything. But I lost my other copy of The Sims 3. I had a bunch of expansion packs for it. This is the newer copy of The Sims 3 base game. It's just a different design on the cover. You know, same like stuff on the inside, like the disc and that, and the whole big manual. I just wish that the everything would have the whole big manual thing. You know, I mean, it's not really big, but it's still a lot more information than you know what is given nowadays for $40 and you know all this stuff. But it's just it's cheap. People are cheap nowadays. EA is just like, oh yeah, here's this. And obviously the Sim Points thing, other stuff, and really nothing else because I didn't get the limited edition. I had the limited edition, and then, yeah, it burned, but whatever. And that's about it right now. I've just been really busy doing that. Probably gotta get going soon considering this video is almost 20 minutes long. That's what you get for ranting, Brandy. Yeah. What else did I get today? I also got from Bath and Body Works the pink chiffon like lotion stuff. It smells like amazing. But yeah, I love the smell of that. I actually have some sounds terrible, but melted bottles of lotion from the fire because I didn't think I was going to be able to replace them because in my panic I was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to keep those. And they were like my 16th birthday gift. And my 16th birthday was like 2 weeks before, and I was just lost all my gifts. And it's not a big deal. I'm not asking for pity. I'm just saying that's what happened. And they were like melted, and they're like the same size as that. And I just find it funny and ironic how I got the same ones and stuff for Christmas to replace them. But yeah, nothing much else going on. I'm probably gonna have to just hop off. So, bye.